applied for over 100 or 200 internships every day in the library. You know, the guys back then in the job watching this video can testify to that. You know, every day in the library I was going to apply for internship, you know, applying. If you are coming to Europe, come with a plan and focus on that plan and have several plan A, plan B, plans.
That was really, really enlightening, in the sense that I feel like many people wait to the last minute before they start thinking of what's next. Like, of my master, like before, like immediately I got accepted for my master's, I already started looking at like companies around. Now there are companies that I'm following. I have not sent them messages yet, but I'm following them. I'm like engaging on LinkedIn, on social media. I'm following them because I'm interested. Do you get? So I'm trying to position myself already, even though my internship is next year, and who knows, after internship you get retained. I think that was the situation.
And talking about positioning, I need to say this right now. In Europe, we can't really overemphasize the need for digital positioning because opportunities are online. Luckily for me, most of the jobs, when I say most, actually, the jobs I've had came from my digital positioning. You know, so even before leaving Nigeria, wherever you're coming from, invest time into improving your personal brand, your professional and personal brand. Maybe professional. Those I want. If your line is another way you focus, but if you focus on the professional side, invest in building your professional brand on the key professional platforms. And the key professional platform for now is LinkedIn. All right, because opportunities. Luckily, I mean, I work in a recruitment company right now, and in the recruitment companies recruitment company I'm working for, across most of our brands, you know, the focus, you know, the platform of choice is LinkedIn. So invest into improving your digital positioning on LinkedIn, and that's where you can find opportunities. I mean, for those that are looking for professional role. If you're looking for the other stuff, no problem. But wherever you're looking for, invest into, you know, improving your positioning in that area as well.
Before I let Josephine talk, I just wanted to add a point that don't forget that 2 years is very fast. Like it goes very fast, because you might think that
I just started my master's not long ago.
As in, like I'm already saying I'm going to end my master's next year, April.
Especially in a system that works, no ASU strike.
No ASU strike. It doesn't even affect even if they are striking.
So everything is on you.
Everything is on you. So 2 years is really, really very fast. So if you are thinking that, oh, I'm gonna come first, and then by that, before the end, like maybe 2 months to the end, you not start rushing, and it's not gonna work. So okay, so can you tell us how you positioned yourself for opportunities? Like what have you been doing as well?
First of all, it's just like he said, you cannot just sit and want to finish a particular step before you think about the other one. I think it was right from I almost got depressed thinking about my what next. And when I resumed for my second year, I think that was October last year or so, when I came back from Nigeria, I was hit by the what next. I called everybody I could call, mentors, people I could confide in. I'm like, what next? I'm looking at myself, I'm asking myself what next, because I know that at this time I'll be done, and then I need to get like a plan. So the what next was already there, and it's been there like in my first year, but it's more like take this one step at a time. There's so many milestones to cross, there's so many things for you to do. So I'm like, okay, just leave this space for now and then just concentrate on finishing up a master's. And I had it in mind, for some reason, I had it in mind that I was not going to have, like after my master's, I was going to work in a top company. How do I do that? How do I make sure that I don't just end up in the small posts that are around France? I wanted something really big. So I took up opportunities to start taking classes, online classes, because the course I did has so many branches, so you can choose to major on one. And I fell in love with technology, and of course, you can see the future. The future is technology. I fell in love with data analysis, and I've been taking classes on that. And I've been putting myself in positions where that is very, very possible. I've applied for so many jobs. I've applied for so many internships as well to make sure that I get that. And luckily for me, I found a position in Luxembourg, and I should be leaving by next month. So
in few days,
in few weeks from now. So, but literally, that would I wouldn't take that to be all my strength and my power. Obviously, I feel like there's something greater than me, which is God. But I wanted it. I pushed for it. I worked to make sure that once I apply for these things, there's no second guessing on my profile. You know, I worked on my CV. I worked on my experiences. I worked on my on getting certifications. You know, on data analysis and making sure that okay, I'm not there yet as a techie, but you can see that this girl is trying to get to this point. You know what I mean? So it's not just sitting down there and not doing anything at all. And I have other plans to make sure that, I can, right now, I'm stammering because unlike him, he's past my stage. Have you noticed I was just listening to what he was saying because I need that in my life at this point. I'm at the point where I'm in between him and I'm in between where he was and where he is right now. So it's like, I don't know what is ahead of me yet. But at the same time, I'm trying and working towards something. I'm not just sitting down there and just leaving myself to chance. No, there's something I want. I'm going for it. Do you understand? But I'm also keeping myself knowing that there are other opportunities. But I'm not going to lose guard and say, at the end of the day, I'll find myself down. By God's grace, I won't find myself down. But I cannot lose to that point. I didn't apply for masters just like you did. But I'm making sure that my experiences are like more. I apply for other jobs that are not in the field that I love, of course. So if this does not work, this has to work. If this does not work, this has to work. And finally, my main aim is just to make sure that I get retained after my experience. Do you understand? So this is all what I've tried to gather in the past few months, and it was not easy. You need to think a lot. Of course, you have all yourself, and it's not something you can invest your time doing if you're looking to follow man or woman to get you to where you want to go to.
So there are two options, like from what they've said now. The option is either you invest in yourself as a man, as a woman, invest in yourself to have like money, to have everything that you need for yourself, and then you can now go and look for, or you look for someone that you're going to get all those things from, because those are the two options I can see.
There's also something very important from what Jojo said that made me remember some things. There's also the thing about investing right. Because you can be investing and investing in the wrong thing. So what am I talking about? There are some skills that are needed in Europe, and there are some skills that are not needed again. So if you're looking at building a career in Europe, you should be looking out for the jobs that will remain relevant. So you'd not spend so much time going to school only to come out and see that that job is no longer relevant anymore. So for you to be relevant in the future of work, you need to have the skills that are needed in the future of work, especially soft skills. You know, Julius said something about tech skills. You know, it can be hard skills, it can be soft skills, but whatever you're focused on, whatever your passion is, just make sure that you are building up yourself with the relevant skills. My role in communications right now is threatened, you know, with the rise of AI. Platforms like ChatGPT and everything. You know, the job of a social media person is actually threatened, you know. So if someone is actually trying to be a copywriter right now, you're going to learn how to do copywriting. AI will do copywriting better than you. So by the time you're done, like, oh yeah, I finally want to be a copywriter, you're applying for jobs as a copywriter. Bro, sis, I'm sorry. Tech is taking up the job of a copywriter. So you need to be prepared. And that doesn't mean that there'll be other jobs also. I mean, when we talk about AI or tech taking jobs, it doesn't mean that people become useless. Absolutely not. You focus on other areas. So my point is, while you're preparing, while you're investing, make sure you're investing right. So you don't spend so much time investing only to come out and say that all these years you've invested is for nothing because tech has taken over the job.
Of course, you said about the copywriter. Now that it's being taken over by robots, you have to also think, as a copywriter, how do I make sure that I am better? I'm not just a copywriter, but I have something added to me and value, you know? You can't just say I'm a copywriter and then you stay at that point. You need to keep improving yourself. You need to keep improving yourself.
Can I add something? Just like I wanted to add it when you were talking, because as a translator as well, there are applications and, you know, technology, tools, there's translation technology and things like that are just coming up every day. So like sometimes it gets to the point where we say our machine's gonna replace translators. But there was like a conference. We always have seminars and workshops and all that we had, that machines are not going to replace the translators, but the humans. Okay, no, machines are not going to replace humans, but the humans that know how to use those machines will replace those that cannot use it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So if me as a translator, I have two options: either learning how to like go into translation technology, like using translation
Absolutely.
tech things, make it work for me, because it works, like you'll be able to work faster, smarter, or I just rely on my head. Translation is a big field, and there are lots of things in translation. So I recently also like went for an internship in Luxembourg. Like, if you're not new to the channel, you probably know. And I was working, I got the opportunity to be under the Directorate General for Translation, and I was in the IT, like information technology and IT translation. Before I went, I mean, what did I have on my CV? Just to buttress like the points that they made earlier, I took lots and lots of like certifications. I was just doing these things. It's not like I planned that I was going to go for internship in Luxembourg. It didn't come from anywhere.
You prepared.
I was just basically taking I knew that, okay, translation, I wanted to go into that field, but I was already attended several conferences and seminars, and translation for Europe, translation in the world, like world conferences like that were free. I found them, sent them messages, could I join so these things are things that I put in my CV.
But you searched for it.
I searched.
You didn't just stay and it came to you.
So that's what we're trying to say, like, position yourself. No one, like, people like to be spoon-fed. I always say this in my videos. Many people want, like, I could literally send you a link that apply for this, and people would come back to ask me what's in the link.
They're
like,
not ready.
What's on it?
They're not
like
ready.
You shouldn't ask me if you are really, really, really passionate about your own life. Do you understand? I sent it to you. Open it and see if it works for you. There are many things that they send to me that it's not even my field at all, but I take my time to open those links because I want to know what's inside. If I know someone that it relates to, I send it to them and I block it out and if it's something that I feel like I might stand a chance, I go for it. Even when I don't have time, I send in my application. What do I have to lose? Nothing. So, talking about how you can position yourself, certifications in the line that you're interested in. I mean, you shouldn't be thinking of traveling out of the country and be saying, I just want to go. You really need to know, because people don't think about the life after. They just want to get out and want to start posting pictures of outside, new code, new number. Life is evolving more than that.
Preparation meets opportunity. That's what success story is about. When you prepare and opportunities come. That's the same thing that happened for me. When I finished my service year, and I'm like, okay, I have a certification in French. They asked me, what will I say? And everybody kept on telling me, you end up being a school teacher. I was like, go for it.
That was the same.
And I said, no, I can't be in this field. I went and I applied for my master's in Federal University of Lafayette, and I'm sure that was like a big deal for me. I wanted to advance. I didn't have it in mind to come to France. It was the fact that I was a student that got me qualified to be able to come to France to teach as an English assistant. Imagine that I wasn't in school, or I wasn't prepared for that. And likewise, other jobs you get, you have to prepare yourself ahead of time. If you didn't take the courses she took, or the conferences you attended,
I attended lots of conferences.
She wouldn't have been able to put it out there when the opportunity came, because these opportunities, this post coming telling you have to be this, you have to be this, and if you're not, why would you have
sometimes in life you need to make some intentional decisions. I know my nationality already limits me for certain things. Like,
what's the guy today? Don't worry, just go on.
I know my nationality already limits me in a way, so I need to actually like do more. Like, I need to get out of my comfort zone. I need to actually stretch myself. I need to do more than I'm doing. So if all European colleagues are sending CVs of 1-2 pages, I need to do more.
But normally, a CV with more than 2 pages is not advised at all.
It's not advised, but there's no way I could have squeezed up those conferences,
because seminars, and then you list the number of seminars you've gone to. I think
I think I get a point, because the thing is, there are some times when you're looking for some opportunities, you need to do everything possible to attract attention. There's a stage in life where you look for opportunities, and there's another stage in life where opportunities will look for you. At some point you have to go out there. At some point you just stay back and receive opportunities. So I can remember back then when I was telling my stories about applying for 100, every day going to the library to apply for jobs. Now I don't apply for jobs. Now I wake up every day to have recruiters in my LinkedIn asking me if I'm open, if I'm vacant. So now you have to select. So at this point, you're chill. But when you're looking for those opportunities, everything you can do
it.
Go for
it. Also for my masters as well, I feel like it was some of the things that just made them like I mean, God is there, but it was some of the things like these are human efforts that we also make. So I mean, I have a CV now, I have other CVs that are 1 page, 2 pages that I use for different things that I use it for, and it works for me as well. So it was just what I needed to do at that particular time, and I felt like this is what I needed to do.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. I think that's a summary.
Yeah, and just to touch base on that factor of God, I think that's also an excuse for laziness for some people. You know, if you're always going to throw things at God, I mean, we all have we all have the same access to God, right? Some people just stay back and God is going to do it. God is going to, they don't want to make an effort. I'm sorry, you're going to dwell in poverty, you know? Like if you're just going to stay there, God would always help those who help themselves.
Yeah,
so I mean, we always give that reference to God, but we should also, I mean, for most people that just want to stay back, I'm just going to give it to God. God is going to help me apply. God is going to help you open the link. God is going. I'm sorry, it's never going to work. You do your part first. You know, you do your part, and then God's grace comes to crown up your effort. But if you don't want to make your own effort and just stay there, God is going to help me. God is going. I'm sorry, man. It's never going to happen.
Basically, this video has been enlightening. This video has been awesome. I've learned as well, even though we are dishing out content, and like I just give this video a big thumbs up already if you haven't yet, because you need to give this video a thumbs up. You need to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, because
you're not subscribed on the long thing.
Thank you. Because we're going to like bring more things, content like this your way. Like I am going to, because I mean I won't always see them every day. I just want you guys to say thank you. No, why am I telling you to tell them thank you?
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you
guys very much. Watching. Thank you for watching. And I tried to be serious. Look at that. For how many minutes now? Oh, okay.
You haven't really been serious.
Okay. We have come to the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye for now. Au revoir.